Last night, a young girl in her early 20s was returning home accompanied by a male friend after watching a movie in South Delhi. At the moment, she is fighting for her life in a government hospital. Many would say her biggest mistake was that she decided to use public transportation, because soon after she and her friend boarded the bus, a gang of men on the bus started harassing her. When the boy spoke up in her defense, he was beaten with an iron rod, after which this group of men proceeded to gang rape her on the moving bus. And if that wasn't bad enough, beat her for 45 minutes with an iron rod and then threw them both off the moving bus semi-naked. The crime of rape is not new to the capital, but the brazenness and severity of this incident is simply mind-boggling. In fact, it was only a week ago that the social network discussed the naming and shaming of molesters on social media, and we're back today to talk about this crime, which is so heinous that I'm getting goose pimples even talking about it. And so on the show today, we discuss yet again capital crime, gang rape in Delhi. Has the state failed to protect its people? Remember, you can contact us, you can send us live tweets during the show, the details of which are on your screens. But first, let's take a look at what the social media has been talking about all day on this particular topic. All right, to talk about this heinous crime, we're joined today by Anuradha Kapoor, who's the founder of Swayam, which is an NGO that works with young people in sexual violence. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. I know you've had a very tiring flight, but thank you so much for joining us on a voice call. We've also got with us in the studio Manav Gupta, who's a lawyer. He's a criminal lawyer, and he will, of course, be talking about one of the very crucial aspects of this particular topic, which is the fact that are the laws good enough, and if they are, then are they being implemented properly? But I'm going to start first with Anuradha. Anuradha, you know, this rape in the capital, of course, is nothing new. The capital has now become infamous for the number of incidents that have taken place. In fact, there is a figure of 570 cases of such kind just in 2012. What is the state's responsibility and where is it failing, Anuradha?
I think it's the responsibility of the state to make sure that its citizens are safe, and particularly women. I feel they've failed miserably, because even if it's a white line bus, the problem is that the license is given by the state, and at night, you know, there should be police patrolling, considering the kind of incidents of rape that Delhi has been seeing. In fact, this is a nationwide phenomenon. But the fact is, the state has to ensure that there is police patrolling, and that I think the major problem is also that when this kind of a crime happens, there is impunity, because people are not really booked for that crime. Okay, you will get an FIR maybe after a lot of trouble, but by the time that case goes to court, and by the time there is any kind of justice that the woman gets, the court process itself is so terrible for the woman, and the long drawn out procedure at the end of it, the conviction rates are minimal, and that's a big problem. It's like, you know, I will get away with it, and women also don't want to come out and talk about it because of these, you know, the fact that they are the ones who are questioned, they are the ones who are asked, why were you out at night, what were you doing there? Right. So the whole system works against women, and the state is not helping by providing the support that is required, you know,
right,
by making sure these things don't happen.
Right. Ma'am, just before I take that question, in fact, to Manav, who's going to talk about the legal aspect of this particular crime, I just want to take a second and introduce Veena Gowda, who joins us from Mumbai on Skype. Again, thank you, ma'am, for joining us. She is a women's rights lawyer and has been working in the field for about 16 years. Ma'am, I'm going to come back to you in a second. Manav, Anuradha is saying that it's very hard for a woman to actually get justice, and that becomes very debilitating for the next victim of that crime to actually go out there, tell her story, and ensure that she sees justice in a sense.
I agree with what Anuradha is saying. the whole process is quite cumbersome and it takes a toll on the victim herself. But then these are certain requirements in law that have to be accomplished. We cannot lose sight of the fact that under the Indian criminal law, there are special proceedings provided in cases of rape, that is in-camera proceedings.
Yeah.
So the person does not have to go through the stigma of having a public trial or give her evidence in front of the public at large.
Right.
But then again, the problem is that it's a long drawn process and the trial does take time.
Right.
I feel that there are certain ways to get over that, but that could be only by way of enacting special courts dealing with cases of rape.
Right.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.